Today, I want to talk to you about one of the most powerful skills you can develop as an English learner: thinking in English every day. Many people say, "I want to think in English, but I can't. My mind keeps translating. My thoughts stay in my native language." If this sounds like you, don't worry. You are not alone. Almost every learner goes through this stage. But thinking in English is not magic. It is not something only advanced learners can do. It is a skill you can train slowly, naturally, and easily, just like you train your muscles when you exercise. And once you learn it, your English fluency becomes faster, smoother, and more natural. Thinking in English is not about being perfect. It is not about knowing every word. It is about using the English you already know in your daily life. Even if you know only simple words, you can start thinking in English. You can think in short phrases, small sentences, and easy expressions. What matters is not the level of your English, but the consistency of your practice. Most learners think translating is necessary, but translating is actually a habit. It is something your brain does automatically because it is used to your native language. But habits can change. When you begin to think in English, even for a few minutes a day, your brain starts to build a new habit. Your brain starts to understand that English is not only something you study, it is something you use. And the more you use it, the more natural it becomes. Let me remind you of something simple. You already think all day. You think when you wake up, when you eat, when you walk, when you work, when you get ready for bed. Your mind is always speaking to you, so why not let some of those thoughts be in English? You don't need extra time. You don't need to sit at a desk. You just need to shift a small part of your inner voice from your language to English. Start with very simple thoughts. When you wake up, say in your mind, "I am tired," or "I feel good," or "I want breakfast." When you make tea, think, "The water is hot," or "My tea smells nice." When you leave your home, think, "The weather is cold today," or "I need to walk fast." These small sentences are not complex, but they are powerful because they train your brain to think in English naturally. The biggest mistake learners make is trying to think in advanced English too quickly. You don't need to think deep, complicated thoughts. Children think in simple words, and they learn fast. You should do the same. Simple is strong. Simple is easy. Simple is natural. The goal is not to think perfectly. The goal is to think in English without stopping. Another thing that helps is describing the world around you. Look around you and name things in English in your mind: chair, table, window, street, sky, phone, bag, food. When you see something happening, describe it. The dog is running. The child is laughing. The bus is coming. You are training your mind to connect English words with real life, not with translation. You can also think about your plans in English. Before you start your day, think, "Today I will study," or "Today I need to finish my work," or "Today I want to relax." When you use English to talk about your daily life, your brain understands that English is part of your reality. Another thing that many learners do is talk to themselves softly in English. You don't need to speak loudly. You can whisper, or you can speak only in your mind. When you talk to yourself, there is no pressure. Nobody is listening. Nobody is judging. You can think slowly, speak slowly, and learn comfortably. This is one of the best ways to train your mind. And remember, you do not need to know every word to think in English. When you don't know a word, use a simpler one. If you don't know the word delicious, you can think very good. If you don't know complicated, you can think not easy. If you don't know relax, you can think be calm. Your goal is not to know everything. Your goal is to think without stopping. Thinking in English also becomes easier when you listen to English every day. Listening gives your brain the patterns, the rhythm, and the flow of the language. When you listen daily, your thoughts slowly start to sound like the English you hear. Even 10 minutes a day can make a big difference. Listen to simple English, friendly English, warm English. The more you hear, the more natural your thinking becomes. Your phone can also help you. Change the language of your phone to English. Change your apps to English. When you see English words every day, your brain begins to accept English as normal. You start thinking in English because English becomes part of your daily environment. A very powerful technique is imagining conversations. Imagine someone asking you, "How are you?" and imagine your answer in English. Imagine someone asking you about your day. Imagine someone asking you what you like. These imaginary conversations train your mind to respond in English. When the real moment comes, your brain will already know what to say. Be patient with yourself. Thinking in English is not something that happens instantly. It is like planting a small seed. At first, it grows slowly. You may feel no change. But if you continue a little every day, the seed becomes a plant, and the plant becomes a tree. One day, you will suddenly notice that you are thinking in English without trying. Your mind will shift naturally. Do not get frustrated if your mind sometimes goes back to your native language. This is normal. Your goal is not to think in English 100% of the time. Your goal is to spend a few minutes, then a few more minutes, then a little more each day. Let your progress grow like sunrise, slow, soft, natural. Thinking in English is not forcing your brain. It is inviting English into your everyday life. It is about turning English from something you study into something you live. When that happens, your fluency becomes automatic. Your sentences become faster. Your words come more easily. Your confidence grows. Your fear decreases. English becomes part of your mind. Imagine yourself walking and your thoughts flowing in English. Imagine yourself planning your day in English. Imagine your inner voice slowly becoming bilingual. This is not a dream. You can do it. You just need small daily practice, simple sentences, calm thinking, and a friendly attitude toward yourself. Every moment you think in English, even for 10 seconds, you are training your brain. You are building a new habit. You are creating a new version of yourself, someone who lives with English, not someone who only studies it. And when English becomes part of your thinking, fluency becomes automatic.